I hope that's not too loud. I have a fan on that's sometimes so loud, but... Hey! Alright, so... I had music on, but then I started thinking, like, if it's too copyrighted of music, then they might, like, remove the audio, which I don't love. So... Alright, because it's a plant-based channel, I have plant-based products to show you whenever someone gets in here, whenever anyone shows up at all. Got the goods. Yeah. And then now it's like about to pour so hard because of the cyclone, I guess, is what we have now this time. What's up? Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, this thing lies to me so hard because it'll be like there's one person here or there's 0 people here, but then I see more than that in the chat. You know what I came here to do. I came here to ramble. That's what I'm here for. It's my specialty. It's really what I do. I'm a professional grade yapper, as you may know already, but that's why you love me, right? Right? But thanks for hanging out and coming by. So yeah, like, it's funny because some people like this and some people don't. Some people, it's just random people who come in here sometimes and then they're, I think, confused about what's happening. So what's happening is that this channel is a weed channel, allegedly, but it's also just like whatever it is that day too. But if you want to talk about weed stuff, we have like edibles, fun edibles that are just so great, but also just legal and not that great. They're just for adults only and not like something that I'm glamorizing. We're just talking about them as people who can access them legally. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that serious. And then the other thing on my mind right now is that, like I said on my Instagram story, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be underwater soon. So I'm scared because like Florida weather. Yeah, so, oh, thank you. Yeah, the shirt is definitely the vibe for today, I would say, and actually for every day of my life. It's always my first rodeo, actually. But, so, I mean, as far as, like, if you're into edibles and if you're in my state, Sanctuary, they have a bunch of options, and I did like these. They were inexpensive, so good stuff. And then this one is not even a medical one. This is just, like, a hemp-based one from, it's also made in Florida. I feel like I may have discussed this at one point on here already, but it's a lemonade from Mama's Cannabis, and this one is actually so strong. I told someone about this once, and they were like, a 50 milligram drink? And I was like, yes. What's up? So, good times. And then, very cool. So, it's actually got 10 milligrams CBD somehow, too. Like, 50 milligrams THC, 10 milligrams CBD. It's something, right? But, good stuff, and that's what we've got there. This is the one, ooh, the chocolate was the one I was eating in the how to make a pizza video. Good times. Good times. All right, you like Coca-Cola? No, this is not that. This is lemonade, so. Extra strength, and the ingredients on this one are what I would call like not terrible. Just a couple of additives and stuff, but yeah, nothing too crazy, so. I do read the chat. It's too much to filter out at this point, I think. I do read the chat. I mean, the only thing I can think to do is, oh shit, I have somebody who helps, sometimes with this. I don't know that he knows I'm on right now, but hold on one second. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, so good stuff. And then, yeah, so that's what we're looking at today for that. And then the other thing, like I was saying, weird weather situation right now, and then got the e-bike, which is super fun. I guess it's called Jason e-bike. It's not even Jason e-bike, it's just Jason. Like, it's spelled Jasion. So it's not just Jason, it's like Jason, allegedly. I don't know. But I got this like super inexpensive one, and it's honestly pretty slay for what it is. So if you're into that kind of a thing, you want to save gas, you want to commute, you want to hit the road, try it. And then there are so many different brands of these. I'm just kind of getting into the world of it, and so far I love it. it's been really great having that. So, okay, so somebody from UK is asking about some weed stuff. So we're gonna talk about that, I guess. Is there any places in America delivered to other medical states outside of the USA? See, I don't know necessarily. I would say probably no. I think it's kind of country based, and then like I know in the US, it's probably like state based. Like, you know, in this state you can only get things medically from this state. So, and then same in like California. I think in Colorado it's like that too. Yeah, so exactly, local state thing. And then I honestly I forget that other countries have it too. Like UK has it, different countries, I guess, have their different laws. Of course, Canada has legal too. Jimmy, always great to see a familiar face in here. Thank you for commenting / chatting. And yes, so yeah. All right, well, so that's all of that. And then, so like I said, we have the crazy little like weather coming here. So I did a haul. My friend hooked me up with like bottled water and then like a flashlight. So because we're gonna lose power most likely. I hope my place doesn't actually flood, but it might. So that's another issue today, but we're gonna get there when we get there. And then I also have chips and salsa now too, so. How's North Korea? If that's where you're located, somebody said they're in North Korea. I've never been there, but I hope you're doing well over there. I guess it depends on your area as far as like if you're in this state and you're not sure whether you'll be getting some weather too. It's looking like we will be getting some here where I'm located, but they say that, and then everyone kind of I think freaks out and buys like a lot of essentials from the stores, and then it could be really bad, or it could just be kind of like another storm like the ones we have basically all the time, which I feel like at this time of year, it's almost every day we have some version of bad weather, it seems like, you know what I mean? You are here, but okay, my guy's here. Thank you. And so, yeah, I like to not pay attention to it. Why do I even know that it's happening, honestly? I mean, I see that it's raining a little, but that's not unusual at all. So I don't even know. And then, but yeah. And then anyway, I guess people have been talking about it. Who did I even hear that from? Like people like to freak me out about these things. Like it's gonna be really bad weather. My mom is really bad about that stuff. She watches the news chronically, and then she starts freaking out about just anything on the television. Is like, oh my god, I heard about this thing. I heard about that thing. Oh, the weather's gonna be so. Are you safe? The weather's bad. I'm like, we live in a state where it's constantly always bad. Like, what are you talking about? Why would this one be worse than all the other days that it always storms every single day this time of year? But guess you have to be safe. Rather safe than sorry, right? That's why I got a helmet for the e-bike. Like, have I fallen off the e-bike? No, but I could. Therefore, like I said on Snap, I'm trying to at least make it to 62. Don't necessarily know that I want to make it to 122, but like 62 at least, you know, that's, I think, a pretty decent lifetime amount, right? So, hi there. Good to talk to you. Friend from there on the other side of the state. So have they not talked about it over there on your side of the state, or because people over here have definitely been talking about it a lot. Yeah, exactly. Like if you have a car, that's one issue in a lot of places in this state, especially in like where you are down there. If you're in like near downtown St. Augustine, that's one place that just, I was caught in a thunderstorm maybe 2 weeks ago down there, and it was literally just torrential flooding and just thunder and lightning everywhere. It was one of the scariest storms I've ever been bared witness to in my life. And living here so long, that's saying a lot because it was so bad. But it gets so flooded down there, and then even where I'm located too, it's kind of an older place, and it does flood pretty badly also sometimes. So it can be a little bit scary if you have like a car, even if you live in an older place or something, and it might flood or whatever the case may be. So yeah, even the wind can be so bad sometimes. The like down where Jimmy's located and stuff, like those palm trees will just be sideways, and it just looks crazy. So But thanks to the new subs, I see some people are saying they just subbed. I'm not checking the sub count, but I appreciate that you decided to sub. Really love that so much. And I do my live streams every week, and then everything else is just kind of up in the air. Like there might be a short, there might be a long video randomly or something. So, and then we do Instagram and Snap too. Is it true the weather in the USA is always bad? Not in the whole USA. It always, no, that's an exaggeration. I would say here in the state that I'm in, it is, I mean, I think it's almost always bad, but I will say the fall and the winter here are, in my opinion, nicer. There's sometimes less rain and it's not quite as hot, which is nice. It's a little too hot to me during the summertime, in my personal opinion, so. Exactly. You do get used to it at some point, I would say, to an extent, although the summers, though, like, to me, it's almost like they get worse, they get hotter, like, somehow. I'm just like, how is it that it was 95 degrees on average last year, and now it's like 100 degrees on average? Well, global warming, I guess, but what can you do about that, I guess, except ride an e-bike? It's really the only solution. In the summer, it can vary. I mean, it can go up to into the 90s. It was 94 a couple days ago. That's pretty usual here. And I talk to people who are in other states, and I'll be like, what's the weather like where you are? And it can be in the 80s for some people. Like, there's one person I know in Canada, he's like, it was like 86 today. I'm just like, what? That does not seem correct, but Brooklyn Joe, what's up, my longtime sub? How we doing? How are we doing? But I did, if you can't tell, I put the Arrow stickers on the bike. So we have the Arrow vape carts on the bike, representing Florida medical marijuana here. We love to see it. So you see that zooming around, see some vape carts flying down the sidewalk, you know who's riding it. Good times, pretty discreet. I was gonna say nondescript, but that's the opposite of what I mean. It's like obvious as fuck, but anyway, that's tea time for where I live. True. And then, so good times. And then I might get like there's another bike brand that I saw. It's, I think, okay, I'll slow it down. I'm getting requests for slower talking. So I'm gonna try my hardest. No promises. Some of us are on a different timeline, okay? Got things to do. But, yeah. Maybe I should utilize that medical card that I have and just take the brain cells down a notch. Just you know. I know, it's sativa time all the time. That's why it's my Twitter name, because every time it's sativa time. Are we still allowed to call it Twitter legally, or because I know it's X now, but I don't know. Will Elon like appear and be like, you're calling it the wrong name? Detroit culture, you're so funny. You remind me of my other like, I have an Instagram follower who is into cats, and we talk about my cat and his cat sometimes. And then the other day, like, I was not expecting this, but he's the one I was talking about on my story on Snapchat, where I was like, that depressing moment where you send a cute duck video, because there are like local ducks around here that like, I sent a video to him, who, like I'm saying, reminds me of your vibe, the Detroit culture guy. He sends me a duck recipe when I send him this video of cute ducks. I'm thinking, like, the ducks look so cute, look at the babies, and he's like, smoked duck recipe. Like, no, go vegan. Anyway, but I hope it's been a good day, though, for everybody. I don't know what these live streams really ever are anymore, but it's a fun time. I love it. I think it's great, and I love finding new familiar faces on here, to become familiar faces who are new, but also existing people too. We love that. So good times. I don't know what name to introduce myself as, because I go by C a lot of the time now, but my name is in my YouTube name, so yeah, good times. All right, okay, so, and then I'll probably post some more videos and things about the e-bike, because it's kind of my current obsession product, and I think it's useful. I do, you know, like, it's a commuting thing, it's a transportation thing, it's good for the earth, we're not using gas, we're not, you know, having to put money into that. We're not putting those fumes into the ozone layer and everything, which, you know, the ozone layer can be a positive form of ozone, different from on-ground ozone, of course. But then, thank you for saying that. All right. And that's pretty much it. I mean, anyone, I don't know if we have any like other thoughts on the plant side of things or the storm side of things, but I do like that the flashlight that my friend got me is pink. I mean, this looks like incredibly useful, honestly. So in case we do lose power, I think we'll be all right, hopefully. 150 lumens kind of seems like a lot. Thank you. Have they officially called it a hurricane? Because I've only heard about it through word of mouth, through people. I have not actually exposed myself to any of the news about it because I don't love doing that. I feel like they make the news pieces, like they intentionally make them scarier than they need to be to engage people on an emotional level, and I don't love that because then I get freaked out. I'm like, oh, this is the big one. Like, it's all over from here. Didn't even make it to 31, you know? Really? So they actually categorized it? That's depressing, honestly. See, why did I even ask is my question now. These are the things that I don't need to know. But I hope everyone's gonna be safe anyway. Does this not have that? It came with batteries. High distance beam. So, and then little sneak peek for what's to come. I do know I will be making a YouTube short. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to have super chat, honestly. I don't think I think they, because I'm demonetized, because I'm so controversial and so harmful and dangerous because of plants that are legalized on a medical level. But anyway, I digress. Thank you for wanting to super chat, but I don't think I'm allowed to, and that's that. But then, where was I going with what I was just saying? That I lost complete train of thought on that. We were on the flashlight, then we were on the super chat. It'll come back to me. It probably will. You just got home from Cookies. Did you get something good from there? I just found out that I get I think I get extra loyalty points since it's my birthday month this month. Oh, I know what I was talking about. There's a few different things that are being sent to me soon for the YouTube channel, so we will be going back to, I know my existing people are gonna love this, we will be covering some more dab devices / plant consumption devices at some point soon. That does not mean that's the only thing we'll ever talk about, but we do have that coming. I just got confirmation of that yesterday, so I'm super excited about it. It's a brand that you've definitely heard of if you're into this world, and it's one that I've never officially covered on here, I'll say, because I think I showed my one device from them that I had a long time ago, and then they've never sponsored me, they've never gifted anything to me, but I can pretty much guarantee that if you know about the topic that we talk about on this channel, with that being plants and stuff, then you'll know this brand. So that's exciting. And then there's another one that's more of a, I would call it a lifestyle or fashion accessory, I would even go so far as to say, but it's not just a random brand. Like, I'm not doing any more of these, oh, here's a random product. Here, review this flashlight. Review this. No, I'm not doing that anymore. This is just random that someone gave to me, like this is, you know, whatever, which that's, I guess, the same thing, but the company didn't give me this, a friend gave me this because we're having a hurricane now, but that's different. So, but it's a brand, there's another brand, the fashion accessory brand that I'm talking about. I promise I'll make it a fun little video. I promise I won't just shove it in your face like, buy this product. No, we'll have some fun with it, but it is a company who I have bought from. The crazy part about this one, it's kind of like what happened with Foria with me, because Foria is a brand just like this other brand that is now going to give me this accessory. I have loved them for years. I had loved Foria for years when Foria made me one of their brand ambassadors too. So that was just like, it's just like a match made in heaven when that happens, because you already love them, and then now that company is like, here, we see that you love us. You want to officially promote us? And I'm like, yeah. So then that's kind of what happened here too. I was buying one of their accessories from, not Foria, but this other company, because I already shopped from them, and I put the cart on hold, and then the next day I had an email from them saying like, hey, do you want to do a collaboration? And I was just like, what? So that was either super crazy timing, or I guess they may have seen my name on there and said, oh wait, let's see if she has a YouTube channel. And then they saw it and they were like, she does, let's collaborate. So definitely more things besides just live streams will be coming. This is not me saying this to brag, it's just giving you a little sneak preview into the upcoming things. So that's fun. Good stuff, good stuff. And other than that, I just tend to spam Musubi, my Snapchat, if you will. My Snap story, that's like my main content thing that's public, basically. That's it. And then this YouTube channel, which is so fun. But good stuff. Good stuff. I know, Marcus, it's so bad. It's so bad that I'm going to be collaborating with companies. Let's freak out about it. Oh no. Yeah. I think Detroit culture is the one. Are you the one that leaves the funny comments on the other like videos too? I don't know. I think so. You're the one that talks about how you felt like you took 100 hits of acid when you saw my last one of my past live streams. And you left the funniest comment ever. I think if I'm not getting this wrong, then you left the absolute funniest comment I've ever seen on any of my videos. On the pizza video, I'm pretty sure that was the funniest like comment I've ever seen on a video on here. So hats off to you. I don't have one of my hats are over there, but I had one on. Okay, so pretty much still have not smoked the I'm more than okay. Are you okay today? I still have not smoked that Jungle Boys pre-roll. It scares me. Last time I smoked a pre-roll, things did not go too well. So that's kind of we're just kind of like letting that sit there until the time is right. Yep. What is a PSVR channel now, I'm wondering, because I see that. I'm gonna have to look at that. It sounds like ASMR, but it's not ASMR by any means. It's completely different letters. So, it's not personal vehicle riding, is it? Because that's that. Smoke shops need ambassadors. Amen, I'm saying. That reminds me of something that I think is too personal / real life for me to actually say, but I'm thinking it. So, that's all. But, yeah. Oh, you're in the Keys? And the storm is bad down there too? Dang. Dang. I feel like a lot of people have been talking about the Keys lately. Like yesterday and today I've had a few conversations with people about the Keys. I have never been there personally, but it looks like a beautiful place. Be safe down there, definitely. This kind of weather can be scary. And it's like right now it's like the calm before the storm, literally, because it's not pouring super hard, but you just know it's just a brewing. It's just probably getting bad, but it's not bad yet. Yeah, you can DM me about that if you know more about it. You know, if you're on Instagram or if you want to look at my email or something, go ahead and we can touch base. Which that reminds me, I don't know that I ever gave a straight answer to the one person who was asking about concentrates in hot cars. But basically, I think it's safe to assume we probably don't want to be leaving our concentrates in hot cars, right? Because it's just too, like I said, it's too hot. It's too hot outside of the car, so inside of the car is probably in the 100+ degree range, and I don't think that's where we want our like handcrafted, specially formulated plant products. So I think that's maybe the answer. I would assume. I'm no professional, but what do I know? Yeah, if you want to make that connection, I'll definitely, learn more information about it. So I really appreciate you thinking of me there. And that's awesome. I'm trying to think of where Pinellas County even is. Is that it feels like Ocala area maybe? Like central or something of the state? I'm not entirely sure though. But thanks for following for years though. That hits different. So, oh, it is by Tampa. Okay, gotcha. Tampa's another place I haven't been to in a long time. I've been there before, but it's been a while. Oh, it's St. Pete. Oh, and that's a place I was considering moving to actually before I decided to extend my lease here. I was like, Tampa seems kind of fun, honestly. Like a little more going on down there, and just a different vibe. It's not quite as ridiculous as someplace like South Florida, Miami, etc., but it's a little more exciting, I think, than where I'm located. So I don't know. But it's definitely an idea. Good stuff. Yeah, let me know. Even if I have to just go visit down there, that's another option too. We'll see, right? Yeah. See, I don't know much about the music scene even, but I would assume they probably have good shows, just like a lot of the other cities, the bigger cities in this state. Because we have some shows here, and then like in Jimmy's city, for example, they have the Amp down there, and some of those shows can be good. Makes me want to learn more about the St. Pete music scene. Don't know much about it, but I'll have to look into that. Oh, they have 8 stores down there. That's crazy. I wonder what it's called. Like I said, definitely feel free to reach out with more info if you'd like, to the email, to the Instagram DMs, wherever you want to send that. I'll check out whatever you send. See, I would think Tampa's better than Orlando, which, you know, not hating on Orlando, but Orlando kind of gives tourist vibes, which is fine. But I feel like when it's like that, where it's such a tourist-based city, then it's maybe most fun for the tourists, not really for the locals. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a hater, though. I like that name, though, for the smoke shop. It's a good one. And then like I said, I got a helmet for this. I haven't used it yet, but just got this. Like, I don't know, just better safe than sorry, right? Because if we're on the road and we're taking risks, might as well cover the noggin. You saw what happened on the first, like, not the first time that I rode an e-bike, but one of the first times I rode an e-bike, and this was like early July with my e-bike friends that got me into this whole scene or whatever. I definitely ran into a wall on that and busted. And I didn't really bust myself that hard or anything, like, but I had a like mark on my shoulder for a little bit because of that. Like, I just accelerated directly into a metal wall. And that's not really like me. It's not like I really didn't know what I was doing, but those ones are hand controlled completely, and I hit the gas instead of the brake. So that was what happened there. So anything could happen. You just never know, even if you're like, oh, this is going great. And then if it was like raining, which it rains all the time, like if I hit the road and it's wet, and who knows, anything could happen. So it's like better safe than sorry, right? Orlando, that's funny. Like the East Coast Hollywood. Interesting. That's so interesting. Cocoa Beach is better. I have a feeling this isn't your friend. Oh, but it is though. Oh, but it is. Love Cocoa Beach. See, I don't even know about Cocoa Beach much. I've heard of it definitely, and I know that it's down in that Orlando region, but I don't think I've spent really any time there. It's one of the only beaches. I know, since this is my first rodeo, I should have the helmet on right now, obviously, but now I'm taking risks apparently. I didn't know that about the like acting scene down there, because we have, I guess you would call it like an artist scene and a musician scene here. A lot of writers, a lot of artists in general, and then just people getting into more of the, I guess, photography and modeling types of worlds up here. But that's very interesting. I could see that because Orlando is more of a major city, definitely, than here. And then, I don't know. I am not officially a singer. No. So the e-bike, what kind of e-bike is that? We got an e-bike question. Let me tell you about it really quick. So it's a Jason e-bike, and it's one of the more budget-friendly ones out there. It's a mini one. Let's see if I can show you better without doing too much, as they say. But so it's the EB3 from Jason Bike. Not that expensive at all. It's my entry-level e-bike, and then if it works out great, then I'll maybe escalate things into a less budget-friendly e-bike. There's like the Heyoki one out there that I was considering. It looks pretty cool. But this one definitely gets the job done. I mean, it goes up to 20 miles an hour. It runs for 20 miles on a full charge of the battery. Pretty good specs in my personal opinion. No complaints there. It runs pretty smoothly, I would say. Our roads here are not the best, and the sidewalks are busted, so it's like, if it can get through all of that, then I think we're good. Like less than $300, so what? That's ridiculous that it was that cheap, but you know, obviously other ones, I don't know if it's obvious, but other e-bikes can definitely go up to a grand plus for buying those. It can definitely be more expensive, and maybe I'll get a nicer one or more expensive one eventually. For now, this works. Rad runner. Okay, interesting. Yeah. See, because it's like it's a vehicle, so I would definitely not. I'm not surprised that other ones go up in price from that. I was shocked that this was as inexpensive as it was, although I will say the assembly was a little bit annoying. I did have to look up someone else's YouTube video to figure out how to put it together, because their instructions that came with it were not incredibly clear, and then their instructional video from the company was not the best either. But luckily we have this beautiful, wonderful video platform where people have posted about pretty much how to do just about anything. So that guy was awesome who did that. I'll have to, I think his name was like Farm Life something, but if you look up Jason Bike EB3 assembly, then you'll find his video, and that was what really helped me with it a lot. So after I got it together, it's been perfect. So with the tech available nowadays, just e-bikes can just be a more practical option. They're freaking sweet as well. Exactly. It's such a great option in my opinion. If you're in a city where you can get around without a car, then it's perfect. Perfect. So we love that. Yeah, 20 miles that's pretty good on one battery charge, and then you don't have to spend anything on gas at all. It's not emitting those fumes. So good for the world, good for your bank account. We love to see it. I've been to Orlando for a couple of shows too. I feel like they've had some really good ones down there. So. Oh, okay. See, then that's, I guess, the next chapter eventually, once I get more into it, the whole thing, and learning more about it. I could see myself, I guess, modifying it or making it faster or something like that. Who knows? I'm definitely not a big car specialist or expert, so I'd have a lot to learn, but I'm a pretty fast learner with things, and as we all know, there's a lot you can learn from doing research on the many platforms of the internet, so we love that. Hi from London. Very cool. I'm glad that you're here checking it out. Definitely not in London myself, but that is a cool place. So good stuff. Good stuff. I will say, as far as electric vehicle fails, I did try riding a friend's electric unicycle, and this is my take on it, is that I don't think this was a good quality, or it's not that the quality was bad, but the design of it made it really hard to maneuver. It was very heavy, and it wasn't the vibe for me, which I really don't think it was me. I think it was the vehicle itself. So that's one that I did not get to master, and I kind of said, if we can just do the bike thing, then maybe we don't need the unicycle in the picture, or maybe there are better ones out there. I'm not sure. That's the other thing, is it's scary. You have so little control over it. You're not holding it with your hands at all. You're just floating on it. Here I am. I don't know. It's a little bit risky for me. I don't know that I would love that, really, even if it did work out well. So, the one wheel's that looks cool and all, and seems cool. Then, there's always been, Casey Neistat had his whole boosted board thing years ago, the electric skateboards, so those, I guess, look cool too. I knew somebody who had one during the Casey Neistat phase of YouTube, and it was cool. It was cool. He goes 60 miles per hour. Yeah, no. See, that's not what we're gonna do. That's just not the vibe for me. 20 is plenty. 20 is plenty, like those signs say around town. That's good for me on this thing for now. And then I don't know. If I were in there's just so much to try to avoid when you're on a vehicle like this out here where I am. There's people parked on the side of the road, and then like I said, there are a lot of issues with the roads themselves, like potholes and just a lot of mess there. So I don't know that I really want to be flying super, super fast on one of these things necessarily. In this area, I'm not hitting the highway on the e-bike, probably most likely. So, yes, I do have those. E-bike tops out around 28. Yeah, see, because that's a little bit faster. I mean, I could see that being, useful, just for the fun of it. Like, if you just want to kind of be flying a little more than the 20 mile per hour limit. That's the thing, is like, yeah, it's you have one little thing happen and it's not going to be a good time at all. So, oh yeah, for uphill, that makes a lot of sense to be able to accelerate more. Definitely. I have not taken this thing uphill yet. That's a really good point. There's a bridge that I want to try going up on it that is, it's like a sidewalk that's off of the highway. So I'm like, it's kind of part of the highway, but you're not with the cars on the highway. So that's, not as scary as some other options. But, oh, I don't think I've heard of the double dab cap, but I definitely had my dab cap phase a couple years back. It makes sense. That's a cool option. And then, you know what I saw at Air Wellness? They have, well, I think a couple of different brands probably have something like this, but there are those batteries now where you can put 2 different carts in the battery. And if you want to combine 2 different carts, you can do that. I have never done that. I think the closest thing to that was probably when I had that one, it was like a vaporizer for dry herb and concentrate, and you could put dry herb in one of the chambers and then concentrate in the other chamber, and you could hit them both at once. And that was from White Rhino, but this was a while back, so again, there are probably other options now. So yeah, for people who are really into the carts, I could see that being useful. Definitely. I could definitely see that. And then you get to customize what you're consuming. So innovation, right? I used to smoke on video a lot more than I do now, but that doesn't mean I will never do it again. My most recent video of me smoking on here was the Bomb E-Rig, and I think the video was called, it was called like I Took Too Many Dabs. So that one's on there, and that's from last month, I believe. So from July, right? Or was it from June? I think it's from July. It's from the last couple of months, but that was me smoking most recently on here. And yeah. My bestie just snapped me. She's one of my best friends, and she lives in Colorado. I've been meaning to go see her in Colorado, and that's been on my list. So, and then people have been asking me too if I'm ever going to go to California this year, like I was talking about for a little bit. And I still don't know for sure. I'm kind of a last minute decision maker sometimes. So it's like, these are the things that I want to do, yes. It's just there are kind of some logistics to work out. What kinds of things will I have to put on hold to do that, or who's going to babysit my cat while I do that. But there's a solution for all of these sort of minute problems, and if the payoff is I get to go to California or Colorado, then why would I not do it? I've never been to Michigan, but I do have one family member who lives there, so it's another place I've wanted to go, just have not done it yet. But could be cool. Could be cool, because they have, I think, don't they have recreational now too? Or, I mean, that's the only reason I would go, but I think they do. Y'all do, I should say. You do. You all, y'all, them, they, them, y'all, people. The Michigan fam. Yes, the lake life, exactly. My family member lives close to one of the lakes, and it looks beautiful. Beautiful. Turtle duck. I feel like I recognize that name. What's up? Good to see you. Howdy. If you can't tell, this is not my first rodeo, so that's right in line with the vibe, the howdy thing. Howdy, y'all. Oh boy. So, pound cake. That reminds me of London pound cake, one of the strains I used to get more way back when. No, it's just the vibe. It's just the vibe. Howdy, y'all, all of the above. One of your cards has a messed up magnet? That's weird. Wonder why that is. Well, yes, London pound cake vape, love it. Yeah, I've heard good, I mean, not that I've heard good things. I used to get that strain of flower a long time ago, and I used to like it back then, but it was kind of one of the lesser, like it was one of the only few selections of bud that were available at the time. unfortunately. So it was kind of just one of the options that were there. It wasn't really my favorite thing ever, but it also, I don't know that it was the best quality version of that particular strain. Like, I don't know if it was the best phenotype of that, but anyone else try anything great that was in the flower world, in the plant world, or anything? Sounds like we have a fail of a plug and play cart out there. That's sad. I'm sorry that happened. I hope they can maybe take a return on it or something. Plug play pre-rolls, interesting. And then like I say, there's a few new devices I'll be trying on here eventually. That should be fun. We love tech over here. Oh dang, they admitted it then denied it. Oh my gosh. Merlin's Nightshade. Interesting. Favorite wax. We love to see it. Always something new out there, I swear. It's almost like I can't keep up, but I can. I definitely can. But if you are into, and not sponsored at all here, I bought this from a smoke shop. This is not something that was sent to me at all for promo. It was just something I picked up. But if you do like the cannabis drinks and stuff, this was actually really, really good. And it's, even though it's a lemonade, it's like, I always comment on if it's too sweet or not. This one's not too sweet, and it's not too loaded with sugar, as I say. It's decent. So THC crystal with terp sauce. Oh yeah, and I found my sunburn concentrate that I had lost a while back. You know what happened to it? Remember when I did that one stream and I was supposed to be painting, and then I accidentally exploded one of the paint bottles all over my shirt? Well, that day I guess I had put everything, including the concentrate, into a bag and just never looked in that bag for weeks, because I was traumatized from that whole experience with the paint. And then I just thought I'm gonna put painting on hold for like weeks now, and so I didn't look in the bag for a long time, and then I did just the other day when I decided to try painting again, and found the concentrate in the bag with the paint. So brief thoughts on THCA bud and stuff. Pretty much, I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with THCA flower, because at the end of the day, scientifically speaking, it's basically the same. I mean, THCA dominant hemp flower is essentially, should be the same thing as weed, right? It should be the same thing as cannabis flower from the dispensaries, because that's also dominant in THCA, technically speaking. It's just a different bars to entry for the companies who make the THCA hemp flower. They're just going off the farm bill, and I think it's a lot lower of a bar to entry into that world than with medical here. Medical here, it's they have to do more, and I think test it more, and like, I just personally trust the medical stuff more, me personally, but everyone's different. So nothing really wrong with THCA flower, but I would just try to vet the company you're getting it from. Make sure you know as much about them as possible, because it could be any company basically. So, and then I say stay away from Delta 8, but that's just my opinion, and some people love that. So, but that's just me. I know, controversial, but it is what it is. So thank you for checking it out though, and if you haven't subbed already, please sub to my channel. We're gonna get to 10K this year, I promise you. Actually, I don't promise that because I don't know that for sure, but I would like that. So just because it's been a long time coming. But thank you so much for hanging out, and come back for more e-bike content and everything else, and tech devices and everything. Bye.